Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So what new updates about the show? Remember this Meri Brown? The wife perpetually on the outside looking in. The one whose storyline for years was about longing, rejection, and holding on to hope against all evidence. Well, delete that image from your mind. Because the Meri Brown of 2024 isn't telling that story anymore. She's writing a completely new one, and the latest chapter isn't about a man, or a family, or a television show. It's about a business deal. That's right. While fans are dissecting every cryptic social media post about the show's potential cancellation, Meri Brown has been operating in a different universe entirely, the world of high-stakes branding and entrepreneurship. She just announced a major, strategic partnership that has nothing to do with Sister Wives, TLC, or the Brown family. This isn't a cameo or a merch line. This is a legitimate, professional collaboration that signals one thing louder than any tell-all ever could. Meri Brown is not just moving on. She's building an empire that exists far beyond the shadow of that plural marriage, and she's doing it with a precision that should terrify anyone hoping for a nostalgic reunion. Let's be brutally honest. The narrative of Sister Wives has always been controlled by two forces, the family's internal dynamics and TLC's editing room. The wives' identities were filtered through the lens of their relationship to Kody. Meri was the loyal, struggling first wife. Christine was the bubbly, neglected third wife. Janelle was the pragmatic, independent second wife. Their value, their screen time, their story arcs, all tied to a man whose favor waxed and waned with devastating consequences. But what happens when the subjects of the documentary stop playing their assigned roles? What happens when they step off the set and into the boardroom? That's the seismic shift we're witnessing right now. Meri's new partnership is the culmination of a years-long, quiet campaign to achieve what Kody's love never offered her: absolute autonomy, financial independence, professional credibility. This isn't a reactive move born of heartbreak. This is a proactive, calculated power play. She's using the platform the show gave her not to plead for a seat at a shrinking family table, but to build her own damn table entirely. And she's inviting customers, clients, and collaborators to sit at it. To understand why this is a death knell for the old sister-wives dynamic, we have to rewind. Meri's business acumen didn't appear overnight. She was the first wife to aggressively monetize her separate identity. While the family finances were a tangled mess of shared obligations and failed ventures, Meri built Lizzie's heritage in from the ground up. She navigated permits, renovations, marketing, and hospitality, a complex, brick-and-mortar business that stands solely in her name. That wasn't just a B&B, it was a declaration of sovereignty. It was physical proof that she could succeed without the family's approval or assistance. That success provided her with two crucial things: capital and confidence. The capital to invest in her next ventures. The confidence to know that her worth was not determined by her standing in a polygamous hierarchy. While the show documented her emotional purgatory, she was quietly laying the financial and operational groundwork for her escape. Every booking at the inn, every positive review, was another brick in the wall separating her future from her past. This new partnership isn't an isolated event. It's the next logical, explosive phase of a well-executed business plan. A plan that has zero lines for Kody, Robin, or TLC producers. So what is this game-changing partnership? While the exact details are under savvy NDAs, the collaboration is with an established, reputable brand in the lifestyle or hospitality space. We're not talking about a quick celebrity endorsement for a sketchy supplement company. This is a mutual partnership where Meri's name, her story of resilience, and her built-in audience are being leveraged as serious business assets. In return, she gains access to a larger customer base, professional marketing resources, and a share of profits that flow directly into her accounts, not into the family's communal pot. This distinction is everything. For years, the Brown family's finances were a source of immense tension because everything was shared, or supposed to be. Money earned from the show went into a collective fund, governed by Kody's often flawed vision and the competing needs of four households. It was a system designed for dependency and conflict. Meri's new venture operates in a completely separate financial universe. Every dollar from this partnership reinforces her independence. It pays for her mortgage, her travels, her future security. It is tangible, Monthly proof that she does not need the show, and she certainly does not need Kody. Now let's zoom out. Because Meri isn't the only wife executing this brilliant, silent exit strategy. Look at the board. Christine, the first to physically leave, now has her successful cooking show and thriving social media brand. Cooking with Just Christine is a masterpiece of rebranding. It's literally in the title. She is not Kody's ex-wife Christine in this space. She is just Christine, an expert in her own kitchen, celebrating her own happiness. Her income from ad revenue, sponsorships, and her Plexus partnership likely dwarfs what she ever saw from the family's TLC checks. Then there's Janelle, the pragmatist. She's building second chapter coaching on the foundation of her narrative as the financially savvy wife who loved the family but not the man. She's selling wisdom, independence, and fresh starts, concepts she is now living. Her masterclasses and one-on-one coaching packages are a direct monetization of her exit story. She is becoming the guide for other women because she successfully navigated the path herself. This is the masterstroke. These women are not just leaving a marriage, they are productizing their liberation. They have identified the core attribute of their personal brand that resonates with an audience: Christine's joy, Janelle's resilience, Meri's business grit, and they are building scalable businesses around it. They are transforming their greatest personal pain points under polygamy into their greatest professional selling points. And what about Kody and Robin? What are they building? Their brand is the couple that remains. Their story is defensive, rooted in explaining past actions and justifying their union against a tide of public disapproval. It's not a growth industry. You can't easily sell monogamy after polygamy when your public narrative is tinged with resentment and perceived favoritism. While the other wives are expanding into markets of empowerment and self-help, Kody and Robin are trapped in a shrinking market of apology and scrutiny. This creates an irreversible power imbalance. The leverage in any negotiation, whether for a new TV season or a family decision, no longer rests with the patriarch or the network. It rests with the individuals who have diversified their income and their identities. If TLC calls Christine, Janelle, or Meri and says, "We want another season, but the offer is lower due to budgets," these women can legitimately ask, "Why would I do that? I make more and have more peace filming my own content for my own audience." The show was predicated on their collective need. It's now hamstrung by their individual success. Meri's partnership isn't just a business deal. It's the latest and loudest declaration that the collective is dead. Long live the individual. This mass migration from shared dependency to sovereign success doesn't just change the family's bank accounts. It systematically dismantles the very premise that made Sister Wives a show in the first place. Let's break down that original premise. It was a documentary about the challenges and triumphs of making a non-traditional family work. The drama came from internal conflict, yes, but it was framed within the container of a collective struggle toward a shared goal. The sisterhood, however strained, was the core product. The audience tuned in to see how they managed jealousy, scheduling, parenting, and faith together. Meri's empire, Christine's brand, and Janelle's coaching practice represent the final, full-scale rejection of that collective struggle. They are not working toward a shared goal with Kody and Robin. They have defined completely separate, personally fulfilling goals that explicitly exclude them. The sisterhood is no longer a lived reality. It's a historical footnote, and a painful one at that. You cannot document the workings of a plural family when the principal members are no longer plural and are no longer a family in any functional sense. This puts TLC and the producers in an impossible creative bind. What is the show about now? The current season feels less like a continuing story and more like a series of disconnected epilogues. We check in on Christine's wedding. We see Janelle's solo adventures. We hear Meri talk about closure. We watch Kody and Robin react to all of it. This isn't a narrative, it's a post-mortem. Continuing would mean fundamentally changing the genre from a family docuseries to a Where Are They Now? Celebrity update show, which has a different and often dwindling audience. Furthermore, Meri's specific path as a CEO creates a unique logistical problem. Early on, the show's drama was accessible because it was domestic. It happened in living rooms and backyards. Meri's new partnership likely involves professional meetings, strategy calls, brand photo shoots, and business travel. How much of that is she willing to film? And more importantly, would her new corporate partner allow it? Serious businesses protect their brand image meticulously. They may not want their partnership with Meri overshadowed by the messy, personal drama of her former polygamous life on a reality TV show. This partnership could actively require her to distance herself from the sister wives circus to maintain professional credibility. Think about that. For years, the TLC contract compelled a certain level of access and storyline participation. But a powerful new business partner can provide the leverage and the financial backing to rewrite those rules. Meri could now walk into a negotiation and say, "My new partnership limits my availability for filming personal drama. You can film me at my business meetings or at the inn, or we can part ways." This flips the script entirely. The network is no longer the sole provider. It becomes a potential liability to her bigger, brighter future. This phenomenon is the real-world consequence of the apology tour season. That season wasn't just about wrapping up emotional arcs. It was about publicly severing the narrative ties so these women could be rebranded. Christine needed to be seen as joyfully married to David, not heartbroken over Kody. Janelle needed to be seen as a resilient survivor, not a defeated wife. Meri needed to be seen as a shrewd businesswoman, not a lonely first wife. That season served as their official, televised notice of rebranding. And Meri's partnership is the first major corporate validation that the rebrand is working. The message to TLC is now crystal clear. The valuable intellectual property is no longer the Brown family. The valuable IPs are now Christine Brown, Janelle Brown, and Meri Brown as individual brands. The network is in the bizarre position of having helped create competitors to its own show. And when your stars become your competitors, you don't have a show. You have a farewell tour. So where does this leave us? We're witnessing the end of an era, but not in the way we might have expected. It's not ending with a dramatic, on-screen explosion, though there have been plenty of those. It's ending with the quiet, decisive click of a laptop closing on a finalized business contract. It's ending with the soft chime of a cash register in a bed and breakfast that bears one woman's name alone. It's ending with the empowering silence that follows when you finally stop waiting for a call that's never coming, and instead, start building a life so full it doesn't have a slot for that drama anymore. Meri's partnership is the final, undeniable proof of concept. The ex-wives are not just surviving, they're thriving in architectures of their own design. This success makes a return to the old format not just emotionally implausible, but professionally illogical. You don't step back into a storyline of neglect and conflict when you're the hero of your own story of resilience and success. For TLC, the equation is now simple, and it's decided by accountants, not producers. Can they afford to pay enough to make it worth these women's while to temporarily halt their own lucrative ventures and reopen their private lives? Given the high production costs of a scattered family and the network's own budget cuts, the answer is almost certainly no. The financial gravity has shifted. The power balance has irrevocably tipped. The most likely finale we're heading toward is a dignified, single, "Where are they now?" special to bookend the series, giving fans closure and allowing the network to retain their rights to their stories. After that, the real, unfiltered show will be playing out on their individual social media channels, in their business ventures, and in their peaceful, self-determined lives, far from the controlled narrative of a TV edit. And this is where I want to hear from you. This isn't just my analysis, it's a conversation among everyone who's watched this saga unfold. What's your take? Do you think Meri's business move is the final piece of the puzzle, proving the show as we knew it is over? Or do you believe TLC will find a way to reinvent it around Kody and Robin? Maybe you think the real show is just beginning on their individual terms. Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going. Your perspective is what makes breaking down these stories so interesting. If you want to stay ahead of every twist in this and other reality TV sagas, to understand the business behind the drama, then make sure you're part of this community. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. We dive deep here, and you won't want to miss what we cover next. And if this deep dive into the real end of Sister Wives resonated with you, if you appreciate seeing beyond the headlines, please give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps this channel grow and bring you more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.